everyone, and welcome back to another episode of A Pretty Little Podcast. I'm Allie Violet Vixen Commissaro. Tonight, we've got someone pretty awesome joining us, the insanely talented Maggie Jo. She's one of those artists that makes you stop mid-scroll the second you hear her voice. Powerful, honest, and completely fearless. We're talking about her debut single, All of Me, the stories behind her music, and what's next for this up-and-coming artist. Please welcome Maggie Jo.
Hi, Allie.
So I'm so excited to have you here tonight.
I'm excited to be here.
Let's jump right in. I want to hear a little bit about your backstory. How did you first get into music?
Well, I started when I was about 15, 16, and I had an old band, and we played a lot of shows here in Vegas. But that definitely, panned out and, fizzled by the time I was like, I'd say 17 or 18. And then I was in my relationship where I had gotten married. And that didn't work out very well. I put music on hold. And then after the marriage ended and I came back to Vegas, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go after my dreams again.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that you did. So who were some of your influences growing up?
Growing up, I listened to a lot of emo music. So I listened to a lot of like Taking Back Sunday, Armor for Sleep, Silverstein, Hawthorne Heights. They definitely played a big role in, who I am today. Not necessarily my music, but, Under Oath too. Oh my gosh, I can't forget Under Oath.
So when you said you were in a band before, what kind of music was that?
It was, I don't know, I guess screamo.
Okay.
So in the same vein of what I'm doing today, I wrote all that stuff when I was like 15 or 16. So now when I hear it, I'm like, oh God.
So I just want to hear everything about All of Me. Like, it is like hauntingly like just beautiful and like just it's been in my head all week.
Thank you. Well, whenever I got the first instrumental for All of Me, I listen to the music and I really try to tap into the way it makes me feel. And whenever I was listening to it, I was like, you know what? Yeah, this one's going to be about my divorce. And I had gone through a really, really hard time in my marriage where, I was expected to be pretty much, like a housewife and still provide 50% of the income. And it got to the point where, my husband at the time, was kind of like resenting me for like, not taking care of him in the way that he wanted to be taken care of when it needs to be 50-50. I don't think this day and age that if you're not providing everything that you shouldn't be helping with like household chores and helping around the house and making sure that I'm mentally taken care of too while I'm trying to take care of you.
How was that writing about something or so personal?
I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. Times have changed. I really had to open that wound in myself and really deep dive into it. So it was a very emotional song for me, but it helped with a lot of healing and release as well.
So when you were doing the video, how was that taking it from a song that's like a personal thing and kind of transitioning it over to something that could be relatable to everybody and like music video style?
Yeah, so in the beginning of the video, you see like me and my counterpart like arguing, and then, me leaving, of course, and performing. And I think that's really like taking your power back.
So let's hear Easter eggs, because our viewers like to like go in and look for little things in the video that they can kind of like, anticipate when they're watching.
Oh, Easter eggs? I'm not sure about like Easter eggs, but at the end of the video when I'm like, really like taking my power back, like I do the mic drop and I say screw you. And I really want that to lead into the next song that I write. And going out and finding yourself, navigating new relationships, dealing with, because I deal with depression myself, and dealing with that. And also, I want to write a sad song coming up because I have dealt with some loss this past couple months. That's been really hard, but there's new things in the works.
Can you let us in on anything? Like,
I'm currently in the writing process, so nothing's set in stone yet. But the one about loss, I just lost my grandmother, who was an amazing, amazing woman, a very, very loving woman, and I'm just so honored and proud that she was able to be my grandmother in this life.
oh, that's so sweet. I'm sorry to hear about your loss. Yeah, I lost both of my grandmothers within the same like probably like 6 months. So yeah, it was really wild.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's a very hard thing to deal with, and I still can't comprehend that I can't call her and be like, "Hey, what's going on? How are you doing?"
it's weird because like I know with my grandmother, like we were really close. So like little things that like at the time would kind of like I don't know, that like maybe annoy me a little bit, or like I'd be like, why does she always say that? Like now I'm like, oh man, I hear it in my head. Like I hear her saying that and I understand it now. Like, I mean, even with like I do the 31 days of Halloween and I would do my makeup up, the rest of my family, they didn't really care what I was doing. She would call me every day and want to FaceTime and like see what I was doing and like ask me about it, even though a lot of them she didn't care. Like there's nothing like a grandmother that has been a part of your life.
Exactly.
But it'll be nice that you can add a piece of her in the song and she can kind of live on through the song.
Exactly. That's what I'm hoping for.
So, do you have any kind of a schedule as far as when you're planning on trying to like get in the studio and like do you have a goal set the middle of next year another song will be out, or is it just like when it happens it happens?
Well, depends on how quickly I finalize all of my writing. Ideally, I'd like to go out. I'm going to wait for the holidays to be over and then go out and start recording in January. And then, after that, it's just going to be boom, boom, boom.
Now, are you planning on doing like frequent collabs, or is that the collab for the album and the rest of it will be all you? Like, what's your vision?
I'm definitely open to collabs. I am. I'm currently talking about a collab with someone at the moment. So that'll be exciting to go through. Right now, these two songs are just going to be me. We'll see. I don't know yet.
Nice. So, how did fans react to your debut?
It was really great. It was a very great introduction to the world. I don't know, like having fans is such like a weird idea for me. I'm just like, those are just my friends.
I say that all the time. There's like like a meme thing on TikTok, and I've posted it a couple times, and it's like I have 5 best friends that don't even know that we're best friends. Um, like I say that all the time. Like everyone's my favorite. We're
Yeah, exactly. I'm
besties.
like, it's such a weird concept to have fans. But I'm just like, you know what? Those are my friends. And then, playing, I've played my song live before, and and it was right before my release too, but I've been posting TikTok videos and reels of, different parts of the song, and then having people sing your lyrics back to you. I was like, it's such an amazing experience.
I'm sure it's really amazing too with the fans because that's a vulnerable song for you. So I
Yes,
mean, like,
absolutely.
I'm sure like the fans really relate to that and have really opened up to you. Like I know a lot of artists that sing about like real life things that are going on in their world and you know open up to their fans like that. Their fans really hear it and really connect with them. Do you have any that stand out in your mind of just one that really like impacted you like a meet with a fan?
Not at the moment. Usually it's just like my friends. um, I haven't had any like fans reach out just yet, but I'm sure that will happen. The more I make music and the more I put things out, it would be an honor to know that my personal experiences and singing about them have, impacted someone's life in a way to help them heal.
Now, how did you connect with Vampires Everywhere?
So I had made friends with their tour manager at the time. And, I started hanging out with them. We were singing karaoke all the time. And I guess, Michael had been looking for, possibly like a female artist because he was going to start his label up again. And he definitely took me on and was just like, hey, this is a producer. Here's a song. Write to it. Let's see what comes out of it. And you guys got all of me.
That's awesome. Now, being in Vegas, because that's where you are, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
How has that kind of shaped where your music's at today?
I would say as a teenager, the music scene was very alive when I was like 15 and 16. I remember going to like backyard shows every single weekend. That doesn't happen anymore. But everyone was definitely into, emo music, metalcore, things like that. And, definitely shaped the culture here at that age. It's still strong here. But I would say Vegas is a very small place too. So all of the musicians, like, we know each other and, we have our connections through that way.
I was gonna say, what's something people don't realize about kind of breaking out on the scene in Vegas?
I would say you really have to market yourself. You really do. You have to make good music, of course. It's all about networking and talking to people and making friends. Like, you have to go do that. You can't just like make music and then jump out there and be like, book me, book me. It's just like, well, who are you? So definitely go out there, network, make friends, make those connections, and that will definitely get you far. And, whatever you can do to uplift your own music scene and help out helps immensely as well.
It's awesome. Have you ever heard of a music review show called The Rocking Roundtable? They're
I have
out.
not.
Well, we gotta send them because I know the one host, Shay. from online from years and years. Like we used to both do our makeup and like post it online. And she started a really awesome podcast, her and her significant other, and they review all sorts of songs, and they love heavy metal and screamo and all that heavy riffs and all that. So we got to make sure that they get your video, because I love hearing what they have to say about all the
Oh,
different
that
stuff.
would be amazing.
But so I want to hear about some of the other things that you envision coming up, because I mean, starting out with a debut like what you've done, I just want to hear what you have in your mind. Like, where do you go from here? Like you said about Lost, like what are some of the other places that you want to go and things you want to kind of like explore?
Well, I definitely want to. Well, I guess I've been like put in the post hardcore genre according to the internet. But I definitely want to make these next couple songs just me singing. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And I definitely, because I've dealt with it all my life, dealing with depression. And I know that a lot of people go through that as well. And I think that's something that people can really relate to. Like, I have to touch on it. I have to. And, music was very, very healing for me growing up and dealing with it. So hopefully, I can lend that hand to someone else.
So being in Vegas and kind of knowing everybody on the scene, what has been some of the best advice that you've kind of gotten from some of your musician friends?
I would just say keep going. Keep going, even if no one, you know, doesn't like what they're hearing. You can't let it get you down. You cannot. You have to keep going.
Good. I love to hear that. So you said that you've performed live. Are you actively like up for touring? Are you looking to kind of get more songs done and under your belt? Like, where are you at with that?
I'd like to finish, I would say, 5 more songs before I hop on that. As for performing it live, that was very, very last minute notice. I was at a Come As You Are event, and they were like, "Hey, couple hours beforehand, they're like, you're performing tonight," and I'm like, "Great, fabulous." And that's happened to me a few times, where they're just like, "Hey, you're singing like an hour before," and I'm just like, "Okay, cool, let's do this."
That's awesome. So, what are some of the venues that you are looking to play in the future? Are
I
you
would
trying to go
say
more for like festivals or more like intimate?
I would say I want to start more intimate. I want to start with my local fan base. So it would definitely be here. Hopefully, backstage bar and billiards, and also a venue. They're trying to make it a music venue now. The Bonfire. Little venues here first. That way, I can get all my performances going. I can fine tune everything, play, whatever new songs that I'm making, and then I will start thinking about tour right after that.
So fun. Like you have so many like I feel like if I were an artist, this would be like I mean, it's definitely like anticipation and like nerves and everything, but at the same time, it's so exciting. Like you get to pretty much like build your whole brand and your whole style, like all around everything that you want. Like being in a band before, I'm sure you had to like all kind of work together and cohesively like do things. What's some of the things that you've just really enjoyed doing as far as doing it yourself?
Well, I would say building my current band. I've built a couple really, really great connections. I have my guitarist, I have my drummer, and finding a bassist that screams has been a little bit of, uh, you know, it's been a little hard, but eventually I will find them here. Ideally, I would like them to be locally based. I do have an idea of possibly who it could be, but nothing's set in stone yet. Once I get these new songs made, I'll set my whole band in stone. And the connections that I have made so far were close, and they're amazing guys.
Just curious, are you looking for a female screamer or a male screamer?
I'm not opposed to a female. I'm not opposed to a female.
I would love to hear that because I mean, honestly, I love everything about all of me. Like, I mean, I feel like it just gives me all the elements that I just absolutely love. But I would love to hear you opposite of a female and hear that dynamic. Very cool. If you could pick a female, like, I know you said that you are talking to someone and I won't like, get you for that, but who who else would you, if you could have a male and a female to collab with, who would you pick?
This is shooting for the stars, but I think it'd be really cool to sing with the gal from Spirit Box. That would be amazing. And then for a male, I would say Spencer from Under Oath. That would be the coolest thing.
Oh my gosh, that will I could definitely hear both of them. That's so fun. So, what other kind of things do you have for like planned as far as like album and stuff like that? Like, are you planning on doing a vinyl? Are you planning on just doing a CD, or have you gotten that far?
Everything is very, very online these days. My car doesn't even have a CD player anymore. And a lot of people's cars are just changing to that. We're just stuck into, our phones and Bluetooth. So I'm going to continue releasing on, online for now and doing all of that. And then once I do get a full album, I think a vinyl would be pretty cool. Those are making a comeback.
Yeah, my parents, they just retired, but they had an antique store and we had a jukebox with all the vinyl records. And I mean, going through them like just was bringing back so many memories, and it almost like re-kicked my like love for the vinyls and everything. Like, I'll pick them up here and there before, but after going through them and like looking at all of them and like just, I don't know. There's something about a vinyl, and now they're making them so cool. I mean, like, you can pretty much get anything done on them.
Oh, I know. And all the colors that they're like mixing into them now. The vinyls look so cool these days. They really, really do. But they're so expensive too.
Yeah, but I feel like people appreciate vinyl, and like,
Yeah.
honestly, they will spend the money for a good vinyl with good art that's done up. I mean, it's a piece of music history. Plus, you're gonna be huge. That's why,
Thank
like,
you.
I had to get you on now. I was like, man, like, she's gonna put out an album and everybody's gonna like jump on her. And man, like, she's not even gonna be running her stuff. I'm not even gonna be able to get near her. But so, um, what's something that you've learned about yourself through your music?
I would say definitely my resilience. because there's so many times, like, whenever, you're like, oh my God, this isn't going to work out. There's so many problems. But personally, I'm just like me. I'm just like, no, got to keep going. You have to keep going, especially if this is your passion and it's something that you want. No matter what happens to you, no matter if you get kicked down, you have to keep going.
So what made you choose to pick All of Me as your debut song?
Honestly, it was the first song that I wrote coming out of everything. I mean, I had been writing with a friend prior to that. And I do want to touch on one of those songs, later on. Maybe it'll come out as one of the songs whenever I release my EP. But yeah.
Now, with this being your debut album, like, are you a professionalist in the studio? Are you kind of carefree? Let's see where this goes, and I'll kind of add my input here and there.
So, what I do whenever I start writing is I get the instrumental back and I kind of have to just sit by myself and like really, really, really feel into it before I start writing to it. And then once I'm done with everything, then I'll hit the studio. So, everything is already pre prepared and I already have all of the melodies down. That way, once I hit the studio, it's just record and then that's it.
Now, and I know that you're not through it yet, but do you think that all your songs will have something in common other than the genre or like screaming? Like, will they each be their separate thing? Or because you were saying with the end, you kind of wanted to go into the next one, will you kind of flow that all the way through the album?
That's what I'm hoping to do. I want to create like a storyline. And then hopefully in my music videos too, I can kind of like piece those together. And you're like, oh, this is from where the last video left off on. It's just continuing in this one.
Yeah, I definitely, and I forgot to ask you earlier, where are some of those places that are in the video?
Oh, one here, like where you see all like the red lights in the background. That was in a studio called Redwall Studios.
Okay.
They're amazing there. They have like so many different lighting options. It is insane. And then that's the one that I chose. And the other one was at I don't know, it was like a practice studio place where they have all these different rooms out in LA. And while we were filming my music video in the little alleyway there, like it was so weird because My Chemical Romance was practicing.
Wow, that's
So it was an experience. It was an experience.
like, were they going all into it? Because they have a pretty like elaborate show. I'm like, I was just watching some of them on TikTok, like some of their performances. Like, I couldn't even imagine be like doing anything next to that. Like, like blowing stuff
Yeah,
up.
no, it was crazy. Like we were outside and I'm just like I started hearing the music and I was like, is that My Chemical Romance playing? And I was like, or is it just a band that's really, really good that's playing My Chemical Romance? But it was them. They were in their own, room doing their own thing. So obviously I'm not gonna impede.
Mm.
But I was just like, it was just so cool to know that I'm just like, I'm filming my music out here, and then My Chemical Romance is practicing over here.
It's definitely inspiring. I mean, like, you picked a good area to film if they're like right there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, do you have any other locations that you kind of, especially with your grandmother, like with that being a personal, like with the video, are you going to add like locations that were important to her or important to both of you?
Well, that would take flying everyone out to Texas, and I don't know
Okay.
if I can afford that. So, I would probably make it a more intimate video, maybe at home, and, filming here or something. And then, obviously trying to go back into a bigger studio to get live shots. But for the personal ones, those would probably be at home.
So fun. So, do you have any
Bless you.
shows? And I also want to ask you, since you brought it up, I'm always scared to ask about karaoke because artists are like, I don't really want to talk about karaoke. But since you brought it up, what is your karaoke song?
Love is a battlefield.
Oh, that's great.
I'm like, I love that song. Love is a battlefield. That is my karaoke song.
Oh my gosh, that would be so fun to see. And now, did you and Michael Vampire by any chance do any karaoke
Yes,
together?
yes, we did.
What song did you guys do? Because I need to
Oh,
like
it
mentally
wasn't a
picture.
day. It was a day to remember song. God, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one with the girl singer in it too. I can't think of the name right now.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
Yeah, we sang a lot, and then at one point during the night, we were singing like a Little Mermaid song.
You
The
know
Poor
what?
Unfortunate Souls one. It was so funny.
Not gonna lie, I mean, I know them all. I mean, like I go to my happy place. I mean, even the Lion King, like everybody looks at me like I know every word to like every song in the Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid. Like,
Yeah, it's
it's just
so
a
fun to just
Disney thing.
throw in those songs.
Now, do you really have fun with it when you get up there? Like, do you guys like kind of keep to what it should be karaoke, or are you guys just kind of walling out like making it your own?
I don't know. We just sing a lot of the songs from, like our genre, but then we'll throw in, different, like, I don't know, sometimes things from like musicals. Like, I don't know, it's so random. It's so random.
I'd love to hear about some of the like random things that happen to you out in Vegas because all my friends out in Vegas are like every night something's going on. Like I run into someone every night. Like,
Yeah,
what are some
they
of the
do
experiences that you've had?
hold they hold a lot of events here in Vegas, whether it's at like, I don't know, Oddfellows, the Griffin. There's always something going on, always something to do. But I prefer like going to museums or like driving out to the mountains or something like that.
Now, being from there, do you, when your friends come out to visit you, like, are you still all about like letting them do the tourist thing and going with them and enjoying it? Or are you like over the tourist kind of at like whole way about Vegas?
Yeah, as a local, I kind of want to avoid the strip at all costs, but if that's what friends want to do, that's what friends want to do. I would say going down to like where Fremont Street is, that's where all the fun is happening. That's where it's all happening. Everything is so overpriced on the strip, and they're finally starting to address it. Paying $40 for parking, $20 to $40 is absolutely insane, especially in Vegas. And then you go in and it's just like, oh, a drink is like 20 something dollars. And it's just like, well, I'm just going to go broke tonight.
Yeah, I mean, my friends are like split. It's either like, they're just all the way in and living that lifestyle, or they're like, I've got to call it a night at this time and very scheduled with what they're doing at home.
Yeah. I'm
They're
down to
like,
go
you
have
lose
fun. I'm
time.
absolutely down to go have fun. I just prefer if it was like, on Fremont Street, or like, at one of the little local bars in like the Arts District, or, different places like that. It's a different vibe
I know some of them like
from the
joke
Vegas Strip.
about like every one of their friends that comes out there like wants to ride on like that zip cord that like goes over the town. They're
Oh
like,
yeah, the little, I forgot, they call it like Slotzilla or something, and you can go on the zip line all through Fremont.
all my friends are like, I've been on that thing so many times, like I'm over it. Every time someone even brings it up, I'm like cringing.
I don't know. I can't go on that thing. I am absolutely terrified of heights, so I'm just like, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I do want to ask you, do you think that you will do a cover song with this album, or will it all be original?
I want it to all be original. If I do release any cover songs, they won't be a part of it.
Okay.
They'll just be something that I just like, post online.
I just can't even wait to see what you come up with next, just where you go. I know, like, in a year from now, I'm going to be talking to you. And like I said, you're going to be huge
I hope
because your
so.
voice really can
That's what I'm
go.
hoping. Fingers crossed.
Your voice can literally go with any kind of music. Like I was saying, but like I had all my friends listen to you, by the way. And
Thank you.
I mean, from all different kind of walks. Because I was like, listen, like you remind me a lot of Amy Lee.
Oh, thank you. That's a huge compliment.
I mean, I get that same kind of like feeling with her that it just takes you to another place. So I can't wait to even hear what you come up with next. And you know what was crazy? One of the things that caught my attention with you is you have that skeleton sweater. And I have that skeleton sweater. And it's one of my
Yeah.
favorite sweaters. It's like the most comfortable sweater in the world. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to hear what she comes up with next. And then I heard your voice and what you were doing. I'm like, holy shit. So I just have to tell everyone you have to go on, follow her on TikTok, follow her on Instagram and Facebook. I mean, TikTok is usually where you post first.
I usually post on Instagram first.
Okay, Instagram
And then
first.
I'll move it over to TikTok.
And as far as people trying to get in touch with you when they see this, if they want to work with you, if they want to book you, whatever, what's the best place for them to get in touch with you?
Direct message through Instagram.
And as far as fans, are you more a Spotify girl, Apple Music,
We've been pushing
YouTube?
everyone towards Spotify. I would like everyone to see the music video. So if they can go on YouTube and watch it, that would be amazing.
And let's help with that algorithm, everyone. And let's put like either red roses or black hearts. I think that's the way to go.
Absolutely. Red roses and black hearts.
But
It's like me.
but yeah, I can't even wait to see where you go. And anybody that gets a chance to work with you, lucky them. I wish you all the luck with the people that you're talking to. And I can't wait. And like I
Thank
said,
you.
everything is going at the bottom. All of her sites and links are at the bottom. So make sure that you follow all of her pages. And I'm so excited. I can't
Thank
even wait.
you. Thank you so much for having me.
And I'm definitely going to make sure that I post your video and get it out to anybody that I haven't got a hold of yet to watch it because it really is that amazing. And like I said, put out a banger for your first one. Like, can't wait to
Thank
see where
you.
you go.
Hopefully the next one's a banger too.
Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we will see you next week.
Bye.